good evening, everyone. So today is 2nd of July 2026, and we have our Chitwanji for the beautiful session on the Mars, and that is going to be a very interesting session. Everyone, it's a debatable, both debatable and also quite interesting topic. So we will listen from her, and today, sir. Will be missed because sir is in another recording in HMTV, so sir will not be able to join. However, we are here and we will continue it as usual. So, Shritvan, all the best for your session and congratulations for the
Thank
starting
you,
of
ma'am.
it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's all yours now.
Thank you. Namaste, everyone. With the blessing of Sir and constant support and motivation of all my friends, I'm delighted to present my first presentation. The topic of my presentation will be conducted as the series of three sessions. Today is session one. I hope you all enjoy the session and find it insightful. So let us start. Today we will be exploring one of the most discussed topic in Vedic astrology, Mangal Dosh. Before understanding whether Mangal Dosh is truly a dosh or not, for this it is important to understand who Mars really is. Let us first explore the divine origin and scriptural significance of Mangal Graha in Vedic tradition. So my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes,
Yes, Chitvan.
enlarge it now.
Before we begin, let me briefly introduce myself and the academic background behind this session. My name is Chitvan Sharma, and I am a researcher, educator, dedicated student of Vedic astrology with a special interest in marriage astrology and classical Jyotish. My academic journey has been driven by a desire to study traditional astrology and classical Jyotish. My academic journey has been driven by a desire to study traditional astrology concept through scriptural study, research, and practical chart analysis. This curiosity led me to pursue structured learning at the Vedic Science Research Organization, where I have got the opportunity to deepen my understanding of Jyotisha, Vargas, yogas, and predictive technique under expert guidance of Professor Krishkant Sharma sir. Today, this session focuses on examine Mangal Dosh not merely as an affliction, but as a powerful yoga when understood in its true classical context. This session has been inspired and supported by the learning environment at Visro, which emphasizes authentic scriptural study and practical astrological research. Vedic Science Organization is a platform dedicated to preserving and advancing the Vedic sciences, founded with the vision of making astrology accessible, scientific, and transformative for genuine seekers. Guided by its motto, we don't just teach astrology, we make astrologers. Visro offers structured courses, live classes, and research driven programs across Vedic astrology, Nadi astrology, Vastu Shastra, medical astrology, numerology, and crystal healing. Being part of this growing community of scholars and mentors has given me invaluable opportunity for research and practical learning and continues to inspire my work in advanced classical astrological knowledge, including my present study on the true nature of Mangal Dosh. Mostly people have heard the term Manglik or Mangal Dosh, especially in marriage discussion. Let us first understand what this concept traditionally means. Mangal Dosh, also called Manglik, Puja Dosh, is a condition in Vedic astrology. where Mars is placed in certain house of a birth chart, traditionally believed to create an auspicious effect, particularly for marriage and relationship. To understand the Mars correctly, we must begin with the traditional description found in our sacred text. These words beautifully summarize the divine qualities of Mangal Graha. धरणी गर्भ संभूतम विद्युकांति समप्रभम कुमार शक्ति हस्तम tam mangalam pranamayam. It means, I bow to Mangal, born from the womb of Mother Earth, shining with the brilliance of lightning, ever youthful, holding the spear of courage in his hand. Every word of these words reflects the Puranic narrative. Dharni Garb Sambhutam means born the womb of the earth. Vidyukanti Samaprabham, possessing the radiance of light. Kumaram, ever youthful and energetic. Sakti Hastam, holding the spear, symbolizing courage and decisive action. Now the now that we have seen the scriptural description, let us explore the origin of Mars and understand why ancient sages considered him such an important planetary force. So, origin of Mars. Mars, the fiery red planet, visible to the naked eye, since ancient time, has fascinated civilization for thousands of years. Named after the Roman god of war, Mars symbolizes aggression, courage, survival, blood, ambition, protection, conquest, and raw energy. In Vedic astrology, Mars is known as Kuja, Mangal, Anga, and is considered one of the most dynamic and influential planet in shaping human behavior and destiny. Knowing the symbolic nature of Mars, we know more of the fascinating Quranic narrative that explain how this powerful graha come into existence and why he is associated with courage, strength, and religious action. The Puranic story, the mythology of Mars, is not merely symbolic. It reveals the scriptural purpose and deeper nature of this powerful graha. Among the Navgraha, Mars occupies a unique position. He is revered as the embodiment of courage, valor, strength, discipline, and righteous action. While modern astrology often associate Mars with aggression, conflict, and controversial concept of Mangal Dosh, the Quranic narratives reveal a much deeper or more spiritual dimension of this powerful graha. Mars is not merely a planet of war. He is a driven force that inspires humanity to act, protect, defend, and achieve. His origin story beautifully combines the transformative energy of Lord Shiva and nurturing power of Mother Earth. The story begins with the divine energy of Lord Shiva and the Mother Earth, leading to the birth of Bhuma, who later became Mangal. According to various Puranic tradition, particularly references found in Skand Purana, Matsya Purana, and later astrological literature, Lord Shiva emerged in intense meditation after the death of goddess Sati. During this period, profound austerity, a drop of driven perspiration of spiritual energy emerged from Shiva's body and fell upon the earth. The earth goddess Bhumi Devi received this celestial energy into her womb. From this union of Shiva fiery spiritual power and the earth nurturing fertility, a radiant child was born. The child possessed a glowing red complexion, extraordinary brilliance, and immense strength. Because he was born from Mother Earth, he became known as Bhoma, means son of earth, Bhumi Putra, son of earth, Kuja, one born from the earth, Angarika, the fiery red one. Bhumi Devi lovingly nurtured the child, and under her care, he developed qualities of resilience, endurance, courage, and unwavering determination. The symbolism here is profound. Mars represents the union of Shiva's spiritual fire and transformative energy, and from the earth's stability, patience, and martial manifestation. This explains why Mars simultaneously governs both warfare and land, aggression and protection, action and endurance. Like many great spiritual beings, Bhoma attended his status through disciplined devotion and intense tapasya. As the child grew, he became aware of his divine and origin, desiring spiritual realization and divine blessings. Bhoma undertook severe penance to please Lord Shiva. For thousands of years, according to traditional account, he performed tapasya with unwavering concentration. His devotion was so intense that the entire universe took notice. Pleased by his austerity, Lord Shiva appeared before him and granted several boons. A permanent place among the Navgrahas, authority over courage, strength, and warfare, control over land, property, and territorial matter, the availability to grant energy, determination, and victory toward the individual. The role of protecting dharma through righteous action. Thus, Bhauma became known as Mangal Graha, one of the nine planetary deities influencing human destiny. These blessings explain why Mars governs courage, strength, land, determination, and righteous action in astrology. The Puranic story of Mangal Graha reveals a profound truth. Mars is not a curse, not merely a planet of conflict. He is the divine embodiment of disciplined strength, righteousness, courage, and purposeful action. Born from the sacred energy of Lord Shiva and nurtured by Mother Earth, Mars teaches that true power is not the ability to conquer others, but the ability to conquer one's own fears, weaknesses, and limitations. In Vedic astrology, a well-directed Mars becomes the force that transforms dreams into achievements, protects dharma, and gives an individual the courage to walk their destined path with confidence and determination. The story of Mangal is not merely mythology. It contains a profound spiritual message. Let us see what deeper lesson this divine warrior teaches us about human growth and self mastery. Even the symbolism associated with Mars reflect its energetic nature. Let us understand why the color red became connected with Mangal. Ancient seer associated Mars with the color red because of his fiery origin from Shiva's energy, his connection with blood and vitality, his martial and warrior like nature, the reddish appearance of planet in the night sky. In Vedic symbolism, red represent action, courage, passion, determination, life force. Hence, Mars is traditionally depicted wearing red garments, adorned with a red flower, and riding a ram. Mars represents not aggression for its own sake, but the courage to protect truth, justice, and dharma. Unlike the common perception that Mars simply creates conflict, the Puranic understanding portrays him as a warrior of righteousness. Mars represents the courage required to defend truth, protect family and society, confront injustice, overcome fears, take decisive action when necessary. Without Mars, even wisdom remains inactive. Jupiter may provide knowledge, but Mars supplies the courage to act upon that knowledge. Thus, Mars is force that transform intention into action. As the Mars is child of Mother Earth, one of the most significance of Mars in his identity as Bhumiputra, the son of Earth. This relationship explains why Mars governs land, agriculture, real estate, buildings, construction, engineering, minerals, and metals. In ancient society, defending one's land required courage and military strength. Therefore, the symbolism of Mars naturally linked territory, property, and warfare. Even today, astrologers observe that a strong Mars often plays an important role in profession connected with engineering, architect, military services, police services, real estate, surgeries, and sports. The deeper lesson of Mars is transformation. The same energy can either create destruction or become a source of leadership and achievement. The deeper spiritual message of Mangal story is often overlooked. Mars symbolizes the journey from raw energy to disciplined power. When uncontrolled Mars manifests as anger, violence, impulsiveness, conflict, destruction. When guided by wisdom and self discipline, the same energy becomes courage, leadership, protection, heroism, achievement, self sacrifice. The mythology teaches that true strength does not come from destruction, but from self mastery. So, there is one myth also. Many people confuse Mars with Lord Kartikeya. Understanding the distinction help appreciated the unique role of both. A common misconception is that Mars and Lord Kartika, Skanda, are the same deity, while both share qualities of warfare, courage, and leadership, but they are distinct. Mars is the planetary deity governed martial energy, and Lord Kartika is the divine commander of the celestial armies and the son of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. However, because both embody warrior qualities, they are often symbolically connected in spiritual tradition. Unfortunately, modern astrology often focuses only the fear associated with Mars and ignores its constructive role. Mars is often feared because of the concept known as Kuja Dosh or Manglik Dosh. Yet this fear-based interpretation has overshadowed the deeper spiritual and evolutionary role of Mars. Mars is not merely a planet of destruction. Rather, it is the force that gives the life the courage to move forward. Without Mars, there would be no ambition, no defense mechanism, no competitive spirit, no engineering capabilities, no surgery, no warfare, no athletic excellence, no survival instinct. Interestingly, the physical features of the planet itself closely mirror the symbolic meaning assigned to the Mars in astrology. The connection between the astronomy and astrology offers a fascinating way to understand the essence of Martian energy. Like astronomically, Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second closest planetary neighbor to the Earth after the Venus. Among all planets in the solar system, Mars has attracted the greatest scientific curiosity because of its remarkable similarity to Earth. It crosses mountains, volcanoes, polar ice caps, seasons, dust storms, valleys, and evidence of ancient water flow. Due to this similarity, Mars has become the primary target for future human exploration and colonization. However, beyond astronomy and mythology, Mars carries profound symbolic meaning in astrology. The physical nature of Mars itself reflects its astrological qualities. Its reddish appearance resembles blood and fire. Its harsh terrain represents struggle and survival, and its extreme climatic condition mirrored the aggressive and transformative nature associated with Martian energy. Thus, astronomy and astrology often intersect symbolically when understanding the essence of Mars. So, scientific reason behind the red planet, the red appearance Mars has inspired symbolic interpretation for thousands of years and continue to support astrological understanding. Mars as the planet of solar system appears red because its surface contains iron dioxide, commonly known as rust. This reddish coloration resembles blood and fire, both of which are governed by the Mars in astrology. In Vedic astrology, Mars rules blood circulation, muscles, bone marrow, physical strength, injuries, accident, surgery, and warfare. The ancient sage, without telescope or modern scientific instrument, associated Mars with aggression, heat, and bloodshed simply through observation of its color and movement in the sky. Modern astronomy remarkably validate these symbolic interpretations. Even the name of Mars moon carries symbolism that reflects the psychological dimension of fear, courage, and survival. The Greek names themselves are deeply symbolic. Phobos means fear, Deimos means terror or dread. In Greek mythology, both combined Ares into battle. This directly aligns with the psychological dimension of Mars in astrology. Mars not only governs courage, but also governs fear response, defense mechanism, survival instinct, and reaction under threat. Symbolically, this reflects one of the deepest truths about uncontrolled Martian energy. Unmanaged aggression eventually becomes self destructive. Therefore, the true purpose of Mars is not merely to wage war, but to teach the discipline, balanced, and constructive use of strength, courage, self control, and power. When we viewed broadly Mars energy as one of the most important force driving human growth, achievement, and progress. Without Mars, civilization itself could not function. Every scientific breakthrough, military defense system, surgical innovation, athletic achievement, rescue operation, and engineering accomplishment contain Martian energy. Therefore, Mars should not merely be viewed as a dosh producing planet. Mars is the force that transforms weakness into capability. Mars is not merely destruction. Mars is controlled fire. Mars is disciplined energy. Mars is evolution through action. Despite these positive quality, Mars remains one of the most feared planet. Let us understand how this perception developed. Over the time, the powerful energy of Mars become associated with fear, especially in matter of marriage. Let us now examine the traditionally belief that gave rise to the concept of Mangal Dosh. Modern astrology has excessively reduced Mars to concept of Kuj Dosh, especially in marriage-related discussion. This narrow interpretation has created fear, social stigma, delay marriages, emotional insecurity, and misunderstanding regarding Martian placement. However, from a broader predictive and spiritual perspective, Mars is the fundamentally evolutionary planet. This fear largely comes from the traditional interpretation of specific Mars placement known as Mangal Dosh. Some houses in the horoscope considered problematic according to traditional interpretation when Mars is placed in that houses in these houses from the ascendant creates Mangal Dosh. When Mars posited in first house, which represents self personality, Mars in presented in fourth house, it represents home and mother. Mars plays in seventh house, which represent marriage and partnership. Mars present in eighth house, which represents longevity and transformation. Mars in 12th house represent loss and expense. Specific fear about marriage, traditionally believed Mars in this position causes marital discord and frequent arguments, delay in marriage, or difficulty finding a suitable partner, health problems for the spouse, in extreme interpretation, early death of spouse or divorce, domestic violence or aggressive behavior, financial loss in married life, sexual incompatibility, and bedroom conflict. The beliefs behind the fear, the traditional reason. As this fear increased, various remedial practice were developed to neutralize the perceived effect of Mangal Dosha by performing Kumbha Vivaha, symbolic marriage to banana tree, people tree, clay pot, or idol of Lord Vishnu before actual marriage. Gemstone therapy, wearing coral, which is called munga, gemstone set in copper or gold. Religious rituals, conducting elaborate puja and havan. Mantra chanting, reciting Mars mantra, specific numbers of time. Do fasting, observing fast on Tuesday, Mars ruling day. Doing charity, making donation of red utensil and red cloth or copper items. Housewise traditionally interpretation, let us briefly review the specific reason traditionally given for considering these placements problematic. When Mars in first house, it shows that person becomes too aggressive, dominating, or self-centered, making them difficult as a marriage partner. Mars in fourth house disturb domestic peace and happiness. Mars in seventh house, since the seventh house represent the spouse and marriage. Mars here burns or destroy martial harmony with its fiery nature. Mars in the eighth house, this is the house of longevity. So Mars here is feared to shorten the spouse's life. Mars in the 12th house causes loss in marriage, separation, or sexual issues. The belief in Mangal Dosh has a significant impact on society, especially in arranged marriage system. Uh, this Mangal Dosh is taken very seriously in arranged marriages, especially in India. Many families reject marriage proposal if one person is Manglik and other is not. Create significant social stigma and anxiety. It has lead to discrimination, particularly against women labeled as Manglik. As this fear increased, various remedial practice were developed to neutralize the perceived effect of Mangal Dosh. So, modern perspective on being Manglik. However, modern research and deeper scriptural study encourage us to look at Mars from a more balanced perspective. Earlier, being Manglik was treated as social stigma linked with fear and marriage concern. Today, with greater awareness, people understand that Mangal Dosh does not define relationship or destiny. Modern astrology highlights its strength, confidence, passion, ambition, leadership, and protection. Instead of being a problem, Mangalic energy is now seen as positive and powerful traits. In Mars significance, courage, protection, passion, and determination. Should this placement really be viewed only as defect? Everybody has this question. Now here we consider it as yoga. When Mars represents energy, courage, passion, and determination, these placements create specific strength and life purpose. The so-called affliction are actually indicators of concentrated Mars energy that needs proper channeling. Classical texts themselves describe Mars as a source of energy and strength rather than a source of destruction. So Mars' essential nature in BPHS, chapter 3, shloka 25, it shows Mangal has blood red eyes, is fickle minded, liberal, malicious, given to anger, and has thin waist and thin physique. Mars with quality of liberal, generous, not malicious, malicious, fiery, energetic, not negative, fickle minded, passionate, changeable, not steadfast in destruction. Sage Parashara clearly identifies Mars as the giver of strength, establishing an important foundation for our reinterpretation that Mars as a giver of strength. In Shloka 12, planetary governance, Surya Atma Chandrama Manha, Kuja Bal Pradha, Buddha Vakya Padha. It means Surya is the soul of all, Chandra is the mind, Mangal is one strength when Buddha gives speech. So it means Mars equal to strength, not affliction. This is foundational. Mars in the planetary cabinet. The role of Mars as Senapati or commander of celestial force further emphasizes leadership and protection. In Shloka 15, Surya Chandro cha Rajano Mangala Senapati. It means of royal status are Surya, Chandra, while Mangal is the army chief. Mars considered as a commander, Senapati, leadership. It shows its leadership, protection, strategy, courage, not destruction of marriage. The association of Mars with Narsinha reinforced the idea that Mars protector rather than destroyer. Mars is divine protector. In chapter 2, Great Inclination, Shloka 5, Suryat Ram Avtaraha, Chandrat Krishna, Mangalat Narsinha. It means from Surya the inclination of Ram, from Chandra that of Krishna, from Mangal that of Narsinha. It means Mars manifests as Narsinha, the fiery protector of devotees. Protection, not destruction. This connect to Mars as defender, guardian, not affliction. With this understanding, let us now examine the strength and opportunity created by these Mars placements. When Mars in first house, uh, Mars in the Tanubhava in first house, it shows self-assertion, such as a person is courageous, strong-willed, and determined. Their face has a natural glow. They don't get scared in difficult situation, and handle problems with ease. It shows courage and physical strength, athletic abilities, independence and leadership, direct approach of to life. When Mars is placed in fourth house, which represent home protection, the native is powerful and energetic, easily attracting others. If they are learned to control anger and give up stubbornness, they can achieve great success. Mars here, protective of home, defender of family, passion for homeland. When Mars is placed in seventh house in Kalatra Bhava, which shows partnership passion, the person attains a high position and does good deeds. They are wealthy, and if they are learned to live peacefully with their spouse, can enjoy a harmonious married life, partnership dynamic, nature of spouse, and business partnership also. When Mars in eighth house is known for the transformation. It brings sudden financial gains, and no enemy can stand against such a person. Mars in eighth house relate to transformation and research abilities, occult sciences, surgical skills, investigation talents. When Mars in 12th house, where Bhava, spiritual warriorhood, the native travels abroad or far from birthplace and gains benefit from foreign land. Mars in 12th house indicates foreign connection, spiritual warrior qualities, expansion on righteous causes. Beyond this placement, classical astrology recognizes numerous yogas when where Mars contribute significantly to success and achievement. When Mars in own sign or exaltation or expected by benefits, Lord of auspicious houses in mutual aspect with Jupiter, it creates a yoga, not a dosh. The real issue is not a placement of Mars, but how its energy is expressed. When properly directed, the same energy becomes a source of achievement, resistance, and success. So, the key lesson is that Mars energy must be directed wisely, properly, channelized. It become a powerful source of growth. When Mars energy is properly understood and channeled constructively, it creates courageous individuals who face life's challenges boldly, develops natural leadership qualities, and commanded over situation, brings discipline, structure, and strong marital stability through responsibility, provides protection, instinct, and deep sense of duty in relationship, generate passion, vitality, and dynamic energy in partnership. It builds realization, determination, and fighting spirit. The same energy that was feared as dosh becomes yoga through awareness, maturity, and proper expression. So, when we study the scriptures carefully, we find that Mars represent concentrated strength, responsibility, and purposeful action. The main truth about being Manglik is fear of Mangal status is based on incomplete understanding and outdated interpretation. Classical astrological texts like Bharat Parashar Hora Shastra reveal Mars as fundamentally a creative and protective force, forming a yoga of strength, rather than a dosha of destruction. Understanding Mars placement as concentrated energy for achievement, protection, and leadership transformation perceived affliction into powerful life purpose. The question is not whether someone is manglik, but how they harness their Mars energy for positive growth, strong relationship, and life success. So, in modern astrology, encourages embracing Mars qualities rather than the fearing them, leading to confident, authentic relationship built on strength rather than superstitions. Therefore, the real question is not whether someone is Manglik, but how effectively they use their Mars energy. When they understood correctly, Mangal Dosh transformed from a feared affliction into a powerful yoke of courage, achievement, protection, and personal evaluation. Um, Thank you, everyone. Uh, Thank you, all of you, for your time, attention, and participation. I hope today's session has offered a fresh, scriptural, grounded perspective in Mangal Dosh and helped us to see that Mars as a yoke of strength rather than dosh of fear. This is just the beginning of our journey to understand the true signification of Mars in Vedic astrology. In my next upcoming session on Thursday, we will explore Mars in much greater depth, focusing on its role in marriage, compatibility, and relationship. I look forward to having you all joining me again. Until then, thank you once again.
That was a wonderful presentation, Chitvan. Thank you so much. Anyone else are willing to ask a question? Yeah, Praveen, please.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Lakshmi. I'm also a WISRO member. Very nice topic, ma'am, because actually I also suffered about this Manglik dosh. So in my Lagna is there, Mars is there. That's why for me it's a very late marriage, and so many pujas was done earlier in my age. So my family was done, but mine is just a late marriage. This is very uh, really good topic, ma'am. That's what I want to tell you that. It's really nice.
So what she wants to
Yeah.
say is it's a completely the unorthodox way of going the orthodox way. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
understood.
you are against the sea, against the ocean. So now you are into the right world, and we have to fight together regarding this. It is not a dosha, it is a yoga.
Yes, ma'am.
We are also with you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Really, I suffered a lot about this Mangalik dosha. Whoever I
Yeah,
want to show my Jataka, they said you are never get married. You are the Mangalik dosha. So I suffered a lot about this. That's why. Really, thank you so much for this topic. You choose it in PhD. It's that is a wrong prospect. A prospect in everywhere is there in India. That is right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Uh,
thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you. A good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, any more questions? Okay, if there are no questions, I would like to ask a question to Chitwanji.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the red oxide planet, no doubt you have mentioned all the mythological stories, but we being a Visro, we most know we look into the scientific aspect, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you have mentioned Mars as a source of energy. I mean, yeah, Sun is a source of energy, Mars is a distributor of energy. That's very wonderful. But
Mm.
why? I mean, how we can actually convey this message to everyone scientifically? Because mythologically there are many stories, no doubt about it. But unless and until we prove it scientifically, we cannot say that this is a yoga. So in the next session, I would like to know in that aspect also.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
yoga. If when we channelize the energy of Mars, it becomes a yoga. There is a fear, traditional fear in all of the people that when Mars is placed in certain houses in the horoscope, it's create a problematic in marital life. But when we channelize the energy of Mars in proper way, it becomes a yoga. And I, in my next session, I'll explain this point.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh,
Thank you so much. Yeah, Kanka
uh,
Prasad ji. Yes.
Good evening, Chitvanji.
Namaskar, sir.
Ayushman Bhava. All the best. ఈ ఏదైతే మనము మూఢనమ్మకము కుజదోష ఈజ్ దోష ఇట్ ఈజ్ మూఢనమ్మకం అనేటటువంటి
Superstition.
దాన్ని ప్రూవ్ చేయాలి అని ఏదైతే
Mm.
మీరు చేస్తున్న ప్రయత్నం ఏదైతే ఉందో
Mm.
ఆ ప్రయత్నం సఫలీకృతం కావాలని చెప్పి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటూ అయితే ఇక్కడ మైథలాజికల్ గా మీరు తీసుకున్నటువంటి స్టోరీస్ అయితే వెరీ వెరీ హ్యాపీ నిజంగా దానికి సంబంధించిన అంశంలో మాత్రం వీఆర్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ కలెక్టెడ్ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ హార్డ్ వర్క్ ఫర్ డూయింగ్ హార్డ్ వర్క్ ఫర్ దట్ పర్పస్ in 4th and 7th and 8th and 12th bhavas clearly explained, but in depth. Suppose you know the example of couples you have to take, and it is my humble suggestion. The couples who have Mangalik dosha, for example, Praveen in Koti, they are having Mangalik dosha, but they have leading their life well.
Yes.
Such a type of examples also to be provided, and we have to prove it in scientific reason. Madam Vishwa has given in scientific manner. It is my suggestion. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
In my next session, I will explain this point only
Yes,
with the
Chitwan. So
chart reading.
we are all looking forward for that. And a few words in the initially Kanka Prasad ji told what he mentioned is Manglik usually is a superstition that we usually follow everywhere. So you are trying to prove that wrong. That is a very good topic that you have chosen. So if there are no questions, can we call and yeah, Nagaminakshi garu, please.
నమస్తే. ఇప్పుడు ఇలా ఈ ప్లేసెస్ లో మార్స్ ప్లేస్మెంట్ అయినప్పుడు ఈ మాంగళిక దోషం అనేది ఒక్క మ్యారేజ్ మీద మాత్రమే ప్రభావం చూపిస్తుందా? అంటే వేరే మ్యారేజ్ విషయం పక్కన పెట్టి వేరే ఏవైనా కూడా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఫేస్ చేసే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయా మనుషులకి?
Yeah, definitely. I'll convey the message. So, Chitwan, here the question is whether these positions, whatever positions you have mentioned of Mars, will that give only the problems in a marriage or in any aspect of life?
Basically, we study about the Mars in marital perspective. If we channelize the Mars energy, it never gives any disturbance in other perspective of life.
Okay. So, you'll also explain this in your next sessions.
Yes.
Yeah, Naidu garu, Nalaganti Naidu. You have to unmute and open the camera.
Camera is not working, madam.
Okay,
Sorry.
no issues. Yeah.
My question is, the madam is explained the only first, fourth, and seventh and 12th houses only. Regarding remaining houses, what is the effect? Also,
Okay.
is any yoga or dosha? So,
Okay.
if any other houses are also effective, explain that is more effective.
Okay, fine. So maybe you can note this down, Chitwan, for your next
As we
session.
know that, yeah, I want to answer this question.
Yes, please, please.
Suppose when we know that Sun is the soul of our horoscope. and moon is the mind of our horoscope, and Mars is the energy and courage of our horoscope. It means Mars is the basic energy of our strength. Mars is known as Deha. When there is no Mars, no energy, no body, even wisdom. Jupiter is known for wisdom and Jeev Karaka. When there is no Mars, no use of wisdom, no use of Jeev Karaka. So I'll explain all the bhavas in my next session. I explain Mars in all bhavas.
Okay, great. So
So
hope this
it is
is
a it is a basic energy of the our horoscope, and it's give energy in every house. But traditionally, we know that in some houses it shows Mangal dosha, basically in first, fourth, seventh, eighth, and 12th. But I'll explain the Mars energy in all houses in my next session.
So Naidu Garu, hope this has answered. Here she has taken only those houses because she is trying to explain here the problem of a dosha when compared to a yoga. So normally in these houses, whenever the Mars is placed, we call that as a dosha because that is the only reason she has taken those places only. But otherwise, in her next session, she will be taking all the houses. Not a problem.
Okay,
Thank you.
madam.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you for bringing the question. So, Varanasi Venkatramana garu.
Yeah, thank you, madam. It was a nice presentation, and you have very beautifully explained about the way how we should see Mars and how we use the energy of Mars. And as other questionnaires asked, I am also asking one question. That there are so many shlokas in our text depicting about the problems created by Mars. Like there are certain shlokas in Lagne Veye Sukhe Vas Ke Kuje Shubhadyogye Hinena Patim Hanti Na Samshaya. Like that, there are various shlokas explained in our BPHS and other texts. So, what is your explanation about those shlokas or those which explain about the problems generally occurred by the presence of Mars. Do you think that our rishis are speaking something not wise, or is it not applicable to the current generation? What is your explanation about the so many various shlokas given by the Maharshis in our?
So, Chitan, do you want to answer this or?
Basically, I read those verses where uh, uh, Mars shows the energy and positive way. So I'm not read the negative side of the verses. I'll search it and explain to you what is that they want to say, and they want to know about the this verses which they want to
Mention.
know.
ఓకే. సో, వెంకటరమణ గారు ఇక్కడ ఈ శ్లోకం ఏదైతే ఇచ్చారో దాని అర్థం అక్కడ మీనింగ్ వాజ్ అ మీనింగ్ గివెన్ దేర్ ఆర్ నాట్? So here we are not going against any rishis or any of our Vedas or scriptures. No, we are not going against it. Here we are trying to explain because they have explained what is what. Our interpretation was wrong. So here we are trying to clear the interpretation that we have made. Like, for example, we have rituals, we have many rituals, we have many samskaras. But those samskaras, when it is coming into the modern era, it has been completely taken into a different direction altogether. So here we are trying to channelize, like, see, this is the sloka that our Puranas or Itihasas are telling, and that was not understood properly. So we have misunderstood our scriptures. That is the only point we are trying to tell here. We are not going, they are very much right, and our interpretation is the only thing that has gone wrong. So sir always mentions this point, like studying or knowing astrology is a, this thing, but predictive astrology is an art. So understanding and interpreting a particular sloka is a very different thing, and that is an art, and that requires a lot of experience and knowledge. Yes, Pravi, please.
Would like to add to that, madam.
Yeah.
So, sir, Venkatrao, I think Venkatrao. So,
Venkatamana
sir,
garu.
we are not doing anything against the slokas. So, slokas are said, and they have a different meaning. Which of the body can be affected? Okay, which of the parts of the body are the parts of Rashi or the D1 will be affected? These are the bhavas which will be affected with these slokas. But how they are affected and how we can get out of them, is it a real way that we really it's affecting? Okay, if somebody has said, because the main mass has two aspects, 4 and 8. These are the main aspects where everybody sees it. Why 1, 4, 7, 8 and 12? If it is in the 12, it is affecting your 7th because of the 8. And if it is in the 8th, 8th of 8th is 3, it is affecting your courage. So these are the things which will be affected. Then how we can get out of it? So Mars dosha is BPHS was not written in 50 years ago or 100 years ago. It was written 5,000 years ago, and everybody was having their same Mars problem, but still they're coexisting together. The Rajas are coexisting together. The Ranis are coexisting together. Everyone's thing was there. Why this Mars dosha came up only 50 years ago? It's a jackpot for why it became a jackpot for all the astrologers. Sorry to say this. Yeah. So these
Not
are the
all,
things we have
not all,
to.
some. We
No,
have to
no. I
mention.
mean, it's a jackpot. Jackpot will not be bought by everyone, but it's only a few will get it. So these are the jackpot for the astrologers. So we are. What Chitvan Sharma is trying to do is, she wants to say this is not a dosha, but we can change into yoga in when we use it in a positive energy way. Sir, we are not contradicting the Maharshis. Maharshis also said the right thing. So they are concentrating on the houses or bhavas, and with this we can channelize everything and we can get back to it normalcy. So that's the one what we are trying to do.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen. That was the thing.
Hope this answered, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Actually, what even that was a very good question, Venkatramana garu, because this is the misconception everyone has. Like, आप students हो, आप अभी आए हो, आप इतने महान बन गए कि you are going against the rishis. So that is a misconception that is coming in, and thank you for bringing that question. We really appreciate for bringing that question actually, because that gives us the opportunity to answer it properly. Fire सबके पास रहता है. How you use that fire, it completely depends upon us. So it is a use of planet that we are trying to do here. So Meenakshi garu, please.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రవీణ్ గారు ఒక పాయింట్ మెన్షన్ చేశారు. ఈ దోషాన్ని యోగంగా మార్చుకోవాలి అని చెప్తున్నారు. అంటే
Yes.
బేసిక్ గా ఇది అంటే దాని ఫలితాలు మనకి ఆ పొజిషన్ లో ఉన్న దాన్ని మనం ఏం చేయలేం, కానీ దాని దుష్పరిణామాలు మన మీద రాకుండా ఉండాలంటే దోషాన్ని యోగంగా మార్చుకోవాలంటే మొదటి దోషంగానే చెప్పబడింది, కానీ యోగంగా మార్చుకోవాలి మన కృషితో అని చెప్తున్నారు. ఈ పాయింట్ బాగుంది.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. So I guess that was because it is a Mars, obviously. So it is a heated debate anyway. Okay, that is called as Mars. So this is a simple
Ma'am,
practical.
that is the most debated, discussed topic.
Yes, obviously because it is a Mars. Okay, so it is a heated planet
Because it
anyway.
is Mars.
Yeah, it is an aggressive planet, so aggression will anyway be there. Thank you,
Definitely.
everyone. Thank you so much. And by the way, so the next session will be on the Sunday. Kindly be prepared for the Sunday because you have a double session, back-to-back sessions. You have a 4 to 5:30 session by Praveen ji, and also 6 to 7:30 session from Kishore. So you have a back-to-back session, 2 sessions directly on Sundays, evening sessions. So kindly be prepared and attend. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.